Hi, I'm Nikhil Vaidya. I'm working as a Deputy General Manager in a multinational retail company. Couple of years back, I was amongst the same office-going people who believe in the investment patterns, who believe in those investment models where there is much lesser risk. And I was one of those who would always stand by those conventional models, conventional instruments of investments which are currently available in the market. But when I met Swapnil, in fact, before meeting Swapnil, I even had a lot of discussions with my other friends regarding stock market. But the point here is that whenever I came across this term called a stock market, I always had the kind of a perception that it's a kind of a gambling. When I met Swapnil, uh, the kind of perspective he gave me with respect to stock market, the kind of perspective he gave me with respect to understanding the companies was much more different. It was the flip side of what I was thinking previously. To be honest with you, when we had this couple of discussions, he said that stock market is not something which is absolutely kind of a gambling, which normally people like me they think. He told me that there's a very scientific study involved in this, and he gave me this perspective of understanding the organization scientifically with respect to their growth, and then with their growth, how to see we also growing in terms of in terms of finance. So that's the kind of thought process which was first started, which was first given to me by Swapnil, and I said, why not? Why not look into the stock market from this kind of a perspective? And why not? Why do I stick to my own conventional thought process? And let's try it out. And that's the point where I started looking into this type of investment or this instrument of investment from Swapnil's point of view, the way which he told me, the way which he gave me. And then I started looking into this, and then he told me in our several connects, other connects which I attended his lectures. He told that there's a basic difference. He explained a lot of things, by the way. He told the basic difference between an investor and um, uh, the trader. And he also told us that how to analyze the stocks. Normally what happens is we keep on looking at the stocks. We have only a very limited kind of vision where we look at those top companies and we try to invest in those companies. But he also told me as to how the stock is supposed to be analyzed. How do we look for those companies where they are growing, and how do we try to invest in those which are growing companies? How do you study the growth pattern of a company? So all those things which Swapnil explained was fantastic. The most I remember the most important part, which he was telling in one of his connects, was how to analyze the pattern and what is the kind of thought process we should have when we are buying a stock. How much greedy you should be, or what is the limit of the greed you should have, especially when we are into the stock market. So these are very small things which are explained by Swapnil, but he tells all those things in such a lucid language, in such a simplified language, which really helps us understand and improvise us in our thought process, in our taking decisions. So I think this is simply fantastic. The other thing which I was not doing, I never thought that I could do it, but then now I am at a stage where I have a complete faith in understanding the stock market, in understanding the stocks, in understanding what Swapnil has taught us, he has helped us, he has guided us in several other ways. Uh, one I think this is something where he has given us the insights to how to proceed, especially, and that's the reason now the kind of feeling which I had a couple of years back as to should I enter or I shouldn't enter, because it's a hard-earned money. You can't take your money and just put it because you have a lot of other money to put in. It's not the case. So today I don't fear when I'm putting my money in the stock market, provided I have the understanding where to put, how to put, and this is all given by Swapnil because he has got a lot of study in that. He reads a lot of books. He reads a lot of articles related to investments given up by different experts all over the world. And I think that is something which is making him the extraordinary person, because he delivers the same kind of a knowledge to us. I think that was very important, because at this point of time, I may be looking at from a perspective where I am trying to invest something and I am trying to get something from that. So that's the only kind of a thought process which I have. But provided the other thoughts, provided the other perspective, the 360-degree view which is required is given to us by Swapnil. So this is a very very important thing, which I believe that Swapnil is it's making I mean, this is making different from the other professionals. He's easily approachable. I believe Swapnil is easily approachable. Because every human being has got a different way of looking at a trade, different way of looking at a stock market. So what happens normally is it depends upon case to case basis. Every person will try to invest money, and his thought process in investing money could be different, a short term, long term, or maybe a mid term. But then um, that's what I'm saying. You go and ask Swapnil. He is ready to. He's easily approachable. He's ready to tell you as per your terms. He tells us what exactly is needed, and then that gives you the confidence, where you can say, that, okay, this is what I was looking for. And I think that's the most important part. Whereas compared to other professionals, they may ask you to come and attend their lectures, but here the kind of confidence which Swapnil gives you is something which is immensible. Um, I am really thankful to Swapnil for his guidance. I'm really thankful for his timely, I mean, his approach, his timely guidance, and all those thought process which he has given me, which has given me a confidence, and that perspective by which I can definitely say that yes, share market is not a gambling, but it's a scientific study of organizations with respect to their growths and falls. And then this is definitely an instrument which we can think of in terms of investment and become financial free. So I believe we can definitely have the same kind of thought process amongst you. Please have faith in Swapnil, and thank you, Swapnil.